You know guys, today's video is going to be a little bit of a different one, okay? I've done a couple of these videos already where I've talked about a couple other content creators, and sometimes it's Call of Duty related, sometimes it's not. And because of that, if you guys are interested in these types of videos, I made a little playlist for you guys. You know, we're calling it the side quest, alright? When there's nothing going on in Call of Duty, we talk about other shit. And this here is other shit. And actually, you know what? It's a little Call of Duty related because it has to do with Nadeshot, alright? He is like one of the Call of Duty OGs. This guy's inspired countless people, even myself. And unfortunately for us here today, ladies and gentlemen, Nadeshot is kind of going out sad, alright? How is he going out sad? Well, he's really been into this gambling shit recently, and well, it's kind of getting out of hand, and we're gonna get into all of that right now. But before we do, guys, I need you to cock slap the fucking like button today and subscribe if you're new. We're on the way to 60,000 subscribers, guys. You know, at 100k we got that Fooly face reveal, and it's gonna be a fucking party unlike what I'm about to show you right now with Nadeshot. So guys, let's get right into this. So this is a tweet that comes out from Nadeshot a couple of days ago where he says, "Live now on Kick, spinning with Roobet, 50k in the balance and a whole lot of opportunity." And as you can see, people are seriously just not enjoying this, alright? And why is that? Well, Nadeshot has had a partnership or like a sponsorship kind of deal thing with this company named Roobet, who, you know, they dabble in online gambling websites, and, you know, they make it seem like this glorified, happy, you know,
oh, hooray, yay! Ice cream!
You know how gambling goes, guys, and I'm not gonna be the one to tell you what you can and can't do with your life, alright? If you're into gambling, motherfucker, I've been gambling before, you know what I'm saying? And you wanna know what happened when I went gambling for the first goddamn time ever? I got my pussy lips sharded in, alright? And it was not a good experience. I was not having a good time. I lost some money, and I said, you know what? Fuck this. But here is the difference. Number one, I would never encourage you guys to gamble. And number two, I'm not a loaded fucking millionaire to have like the infinite money glitch to do something like this if I wanted to gamble. Guys, Nadeshot is real deep in this shit, and unfortunately, we're gonna get into some clips right now. This is how Nadeshot starts off his first stream.
This is the only company that could convince me to move to Mexico or fly to Mexico. But they saw me open the cases. They said, "You're really bad at finding gold, so if we pay you to gamble, we know you're not gonna win. Why are you in Mexico? So I can gamble legally. Because gambling online is illegal in America."
I get paid the most just to do the least.
So in those two clips that I just showed you, I mean, just off the rip, he admits to getting shitted on while gambling. I mean, it happens to everybody, right? We all know the nature of the beast. It comes with the territory. You gamble, you're gonna lose money. It is a fact, 100% guaranteed. And Nadeshot essentially just described the way that this entire partnership went down. They saw the guy attempting to gamble heavy in the online gambling hemisphere, and they decided to cut him some money so that he can not only gamble, but promote it. And that is the biggest issue that I have with this, guys. And what so many people are upset about when it comes to Nadeshot is not the fact that he's gambling, it's the fact that he's promoting it, okay? And yes, he'll have some disclaimers that I'll show you guys in a couple of seconds, but just to put this into perspective, the second clip that you guys saw there was him describing why the fuck he's in Mexico, guys. He's not in America because doing this shit that he's doing is literally illegal in America. So the only way he can get this type of opportunity done is to literally go to a different country and do something that would otherwise be illegal in America. And I'm not gonna say this next part is necessarily good because he's gonna warn people about gambling.
At the end of the day, whether you go to Vegas, whether you're online gambling, if you gamble long enough, you will lose. You're gonna have moments where you could win and come up, but gambling can be very, very dangerous.
Oh, really? So there you have it. Nadeshot is giving out, you know, the old cliche warning. Hey guys, I'm promoting this and I'm doing this, but that doesn't mean I want you to do this. You know, do it at your own discretion. Do it with the advice of professionals, and don't fuck yourself over. Well, here's the thing, Nadeshot, and this is another reason why people are real upset with you, is that unfortunately, Your background is here to follow you, and it's going to be part of your roots for life, okay? You are rooted in Call of Duty and video games, all right? And while there is a very large audience of people that have grown up with you, and there's a lot of us that are adults, and we can make that conscious decision and actually think about consequences when it comes to something like gambling, you realize here in the streaming era, especially with what your roots are in, there's a lot of susceptible kids and teenagers and young adults that are following every single thing you do, man. If you come out here with a shirt that says 100 Thieves, Nadeshot, smacking bitches, they're gonna buy a shirt that says 100 Thieves, Nadeshot, smacking bitches. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, while gambling is an entirely different beast, you are an influencer. What do you think that means? Influence. All right, I've seen a ton of people make videos on this already. You know, shout out to the Rick, shout out to anybody else that has been calling this type of shit out on Twitter. And look, it's no hate to Nadeshot, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if he hits me up talking about, yo, Fooly, join 100 Thieves, sell your motherfucking soul, guys, I might just do it. But one thing I certainly cannot do, even with a channel as small as mine with only around 50,000 subscribers, I would never tell you guys to jeopardize your money or your well-being and get yourself into a literal addiction, all right? Why the fuck would I do that? And look, at the end of the day, he's an entertainer at heart, so when he says shit like this...
At a certain point, we were making money from the cases, but very quickly, it turned into not making money. The fine folks at Roobet saw how much of a degenerate gambler I was. They were like, we got to get your ass on here. And I said, bro, I need to get on there immediately just as much.
Please know that while he's making it sound like a joke, what he's describing is something that not only has happened to him, but happens to every single person that gambles. You will lose an insane amount of money depending on how deep you go. Guys, I watched a bit of this stream, alright, just to let you know, this was like 10 fucking hours of this guy gambling. First of all, he started out with 100 bands, alright? Like, let me just put this into perspective. These motherfuckers wired this guy 100 racks to gamble and promote their site. He's going through the motions, and eventually he ends up winning a couple hundred racks. At one point, this guy almost had $500,000. By the end of the stream, after an entire 10 goddamn hours, let's just say he definitely had less than $500,000. That is the nature of how this goes, but this is the thing. Nadeshot has the money to play with, man. He has the sponsorships that are gonna give him free cash to fucking play. A lot of us do not, man. I'm willing to bet 99.999% of the people that are watching today's video, we are not gonna see $500,000 in our fucking livelihood, all right? Some of us might be able to, but the majority of us are not gonna see that type of money. Guys, what I'm about to show you right now is arguably the worst part about this entire thing. You know, let me get semi-serious real quick before I show you guys this next clip. When it comes to something like gambling, all right, let's not beat around the bush. It's an addiction. It becomes a very severe addiction depending on how deep it goes. And I'm sure a lot of my own subscribers probably gamble, and that's cool, man. That's fine. You do you. But when it comes to your own morals, please just know what is right and what is wrong, all right? If it sounds wrong, if it sounds like it's something that you shouldn't do, just don't do it, okay? Especially when you have things on the line, when you have actual important shit to handle as a man, as a father, which I can't really speak to because I'm not a father. I might be a stepfather to like half of the gooch slickers that watch this video, but as a man and as an adult, you have certain responsibilities that you can't let this type of shit get in front of. And with that being said, behold this next clip.
If we lose, we lose. And that's a fucking problem, because then I just spent 5 days in Mexico while my wife is about to deliver a baby any day now. And I just want you guys to know, like, this is entertainment. This is for content.
Ooh. Come on, my nigga.
See, this is one of the things that I'll actually give Nadeshot credit for. He's a funny guy. He's gonna make things sound very exaggerated. He's gonna make it sound like he's a deadbeat father. We know he's not a deadbeat, okay? Like, at least as far as we're aware, this guy's not a deadbeat. He's highly successful. He has so many accolades under his belt. Who the fuck are we to tell him what to do, what not to do, what is right, and what is wrong? Well, that's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just say, even though in part it is a joke, and even though I can almost assume that this was an agreement that he and his wife had and that she's very comfortable with, that doesn't necessarily take away from the fact that at the end of the day, if you are out in Mexico for a handful of days to gamble and literally promote an addiction to people around the same time that your next child is going to be born, I'm sorry, but I just can't respect that. I can't get behind that. Nadeshot, he is literally one of the GOATs. I look up to the guy. Without him, I arguably wouldn't be doing YouTube because I got into Call of Duty and I was really into the golden era, and he was one of the biggest faces of the golden era of Call of Duty when it came to content creation. So of course I look up to the guy, but even I can take the lenses off, right? I can take this little perception of who he is to me, I can take that away and say very blatantly, if he's promoting an addiction around the time that his child is going to be born, morally, I just disagree wholeheartedly. 100%. Never in my entire life will I ever change my mind on that. And even if every single party was on board with this decision and was okay with it, I guess from the outside looking in, it's just a big no for me. Like, that is like minus 1 million points of aura. Now guys, by the end of this entire thing, this whole 10 hours of gambling, and by the way, he's done this multiple days now. I think the second day was like 14 fucking hours or some shit. I don't want to roast the guy in this way, but it's literally a fucking problem. Like, it is borderline something that I would classify a fucking disease, and I think should just be completely outlawed universally. All right, I understand some people really like it, you get the dopamine hit, I get it, but holy shit, if at the end of it you are sounding like this,
You guys want to gamble? I'm just gonna warn you.
then it is a fucking problem. Obviously 10 hours worth of doing anything is gonna burn you out, but we're talking about gambling for 10 fucking hours, man. The people that you see at the casino that are there for 10 hours, addiction, problem, likely in absurd amounts of debt. Thankfully for us though, at the end of this entire 10 hours of gambling, Nadeshot gave us this one final message.
Only be comfortable with what you can lose if you sign up for the site using my code or gamble yourself, please, man. I implore you to be responsible.
Guys, I can't even begin to explain to you guys how disappointed I am in Nadeshot and anybody that is okay with this. I know a lot of you guys, like I said earlier, you might be into the whole gambling shit, you might like the whole dopamine hit, you might be up tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars compared to the rest of us, man. Congratulations to you guys. I'm not dissing you, no disrespect, but that's not an agenda or a movement that I can push, all right? If I had millions of people that watch me, that is not one of the things that I'm willing to promote. I understand the bag looks heavenly. You guys know how it goes. The rich get richer, and I hate to put Nadeshot in that box, but let's be fucking honest. The guy's a millionaire. He has literally everything he could ever fucking want. But in the process of getting more of that and having an abundance of wealth, he is pushing a severely dangerous message to the people that follow him. And honestly, at the end of the day, I just think he fucked up, man. Just point blank period. Nadeshot, you fucked up, man. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What are your thoughts on Nadeshot's new little hobby thing that he has going on? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.